So what we have here isn't just a story. You should think of it more like a grim fable for the spiritual traveler. This is a map, really. A map for a journey deep into the self, a descent into a place where all the comforting lights are completely extinguished.
And before we even begin, there's a question posed directly to you. Consider it the price of admission. Are you actually prepared to confront what lies at the very core of your being? Really think about that.
Okay, our journey begins in what you might call the deep basement of the soul. It's a place illuminated by this strange, unsettling light. This is the first stage, a painful revelation beneath the hollow sun.
Just try to imagine this for a second. There is absolutely no warmth here. None of the familiar comfort of our sun. This light doesn't nurture you, it exposes you. It's a cold, unhomely radiance that turns your inner world into a clinical space where absolutely nothing can hide.
You see, this sun isn't a star at all. It's a tool, a kind of psychic scalpel, and its purpose is singular and, frankly, brutal. It's here to perform surgery on the self, to begin the agonizing process of flaying the ego and revealing the raw, concealed truth that lies just underneath.
And this process, as agonizing as it sounds, is absolutely necessary. It's really the only way to deconstruct that fortress of false logic you've built up around yourself. You have to see the seams, the constructed nature of your own identity, before it can ever be taken apart.
Now, as the old self starts to crumble under that surgical light, an entity arrives. It's time to meet the interrogator of your reality. It's time to meet the honest guest.
This is where the real horror kicks in. Because this guest, this uncanny double, it isn't a stranger. It wears your face. It is the return of everything you've ever repressed, the manifest power of the death drive, that fundamental impulse that pulls all living things back towards a quiet, inorganic stillness.
The whole point of this double is to just shatter your comforting narratives. It's here to prove how unbelievably fragile your sense of I truly is, forcing a direct confrontation with the absolute reality you've been so desperate to deny.
To keep going, you have to take part in a ritual. Think of it as an inverted Eucharist. It's a required transgression, and it's designed to disintegrate the self even further. You approach the altar, you consume the host, and then you break your own reflection.
This whole act is profoundly symbolic. This bitter bread, well, it's everything your conscious mind, your superego, decided was toxic waste. It's the raw, monstrous energy of the id itself. By consuming it, you're forcing a reconciliation with your own inner monster. You're making the shadow a permanent companion.
And shattering the mirror, that image of your ego ideal, your perfect idealized self, that act silences the nagging internal critic. You're forced to realize that the saintly image you were trying to be was just a costume, just a mask for much older primordial forces. So, with the mind in pieces, the journey descends even deeper. We're now entering the labyrinth of the body. This is a primal space where logic completely dissolves and pure instinct takes over.
Down here, the instructions change. It's no longer about thinking, it's all about feeling. You have to harmonize your breath with something ancient. Feel that primal instinct, that tarantula, in your very bones. You must accept the raw, pulsing reality of the body over the logic of the mind.
And here you can really see the contrast between these two states of being. You have the ego, which is like a frantic owner, constantly striving, never at peace. And then you have the darkness, that primal self you're now embracing. It offers an ancient silence. It understands that you are not an owner of this body, but just a temporary guest inside of it.
And this is the great paradox of it all. True peace isn't found in fighting the shadow, in trying to conquer the darkness. No, it's found only by becoming it, by completely embodying that ancient silence. Which brings us to the final state. The traveler, having survived this whole ordeal, now emerges from the temple completely transformed. They've found a new kind of home, a home in the abyss. That constant internal conflict is finally over. The integration is complete. The civil war of the psyche ends because the traveler has at last welcomed the abject monster, that repressed shadow, into the self. It's no longer some external threat that needs to be fought.
This leads to a whole new understanding, a new set of truths. The beast you were so afraid of is now recognized as the rightful host. That saint you wanted to be, just a placeholder. And you now accept a fundamental reality. The The mind is and always will be occupied by the shadow. This new state of being, it's best described by this powerful metaphor. To accept the void is to live in a haunted house with no floor. There's no solid ground beneath you anymore, just a constant, weightless awareness of the abyss within.
And so, we end right back where we began, with a question. After this complete dissolution, this grim integration, after you've accepted that the beast is the true host of your consciousness, who or what are you now? That's something only the traveler can answer.